Oh, hey. Well, now, it's been a while. It's just kind of looking around here trying to figure out how all this stuff works. Been some time. Let's get on with it. Damn, YouTube. What's it been? 6 months? 6 months since the last video, which was the review of the Tamiya F4B. Great kit, by the way. Still gushing over that one. As a matter of fact, here's a picture of that completed kit. It was absolutely a dream to build, and I wish I could have got it out on video, but there's more of that to come because I've got another one back here in the stash that I want to put together, and I think we'll do a build series on that. There is no shortage of F4B build videos out there now, because now that it's released, everybody and their brothers jumped on it. So maybe we'll let that one sit for a while. So what's been going on? A lot. We'll just say COVID. We'll say life. We'll say all that. But one of the big things that's been going on is we launched a new podcast. Three of my buddies, Scott Samo, Andrew White, Andrew Frill, and myself, we started the Model Geeks podcast back in January. And that's kind of been eating some time, trying to get that kicked off the ground, which is really kind of taken off. It's doing really, really well. Sponsored. Actually, we drop once every 2 weeks. The next one coming up on, put the date right here, because I can't remember the dates off the top of my head. But then the next one is due to drop here in another week. Be sure and check it out. I put a link to the podcast into the webpage down in the description below. We're gracious enough to be sponsored by some really great companies with Detail and Scale, Furball Aero Design, and Sprue Brothers. So check it out. It's great to listen to while you're sitting at the bench. And there's also a lot of other great podcasts out there. I'll put a link to a webpage that has other scale modeling podcasts within our model sphere for your listening enjoyment. So go ahead and check that out. This channel here, before I break into what's on my bench and what's going on, I want to talk just a little bit about the future of the Grumpy Old Scale Modeler YouTube channel. Still going to press. We are revamping. And we're looking to bring us some of the Grumpy Olds, or the Model Geeks podcast content over. So what does that mean? When we're doing our podcast, hey, that's something you listen to, not something you really watch. We do discuss tips, techniques, and things of that nature, some kit reviews. So from time to time, you're going to see my co-host and myself doing some joint videos over here where we'll discuss some of the techniques that we talk about in the podcast. We'll also talk about some of the products we discuss in the podcast. And there's going to be an occasional Facebook Live or YouTube Live. We'll go into both places. Speaking of which, please check out the Facebook page for Model Geeks Podcast. I'll put that link in the description below as well. We have a bunch of stuff going on over there right now. The biggest thing is the A4 Skyhawk group build, which is a lot of fun, so check that out. So back to the YouTube channel. We are going to revamp. We're trying to do a little bit of extra content. It's still going to be the Grumpy Old Scale Modeler YouTube channel, where I'm going to do some build reviews a lot more. I promise you, as the future as we move forward. But that's where we're at. We're kicking it back off. We're revamping things, and I hope that you will tune in and give it a watch. I also want to mention that we are now just shy of 800 members from that 10,000 member mark. And once we hit that 10,000 member mark, I'm going to have a giveaway here on the channel. It'll be a random draw. More on that as we get closer. But the prize will come from my stash up here on the shelf. and it will be my gift to one of the lucky viewers out there for hitting that 10,000 viewer mark. So keep your eyes peeled on that. There's more information to come. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and break into what's on the bench, some of the new products that I've gotten, things that I think that you would really find interesting, especially if you're an aircraft builder. And yeah, so let's just break into it. So the first thing I want to show you is a couple of new books I just picked up, and I got to tell you, I'm really stoked about these. These are the AK books. These are by Danny Zamarbidi. The first one is the U.S. in Legendary Jets. These books are just freaking wicked, and they are packed full of all sorts of techniques and things to do. Now, of course, this one here covers U.S. Navy jets. The next one I got, I'm going to hold that one for just a second. The newest release was the Aces High, modeling the scooter. This book right here is just off the chart. Of course, like I said, over on the Facebook page for the Model Geeks, we are in the middle of our A4 Skyhawk group build, which is going to run now up into two nationals at Omaha, where if you're going to be there, please bring it. We're going to put it into a big group contest or a group entry, and look forward to that. I'm really enjoying watching all the builds that are going on. If you have a chance, check it out. There's a lot of good work going on over there. But this Aces High, modeling the scooter, again by Daniel Zamarbidi, is just got a little history of the scooter itself, and here again some tips and techniques and things in there in this book. And I've learned a lot from this book, because as you can see right here, I have one of my latest builds, which is my Lady Jessie. This is my A4F that I'm doing. It's actually the Hasegawa boxing inside. It's an Edward boxing Hasegawa kit with furball decals. It's a lot of fun. We'll talk more about that here in just a minute. But yep, modeling the scooter, great book, just came out. If you get a chance to pick it up, I would jump on it. And the best book I think out there, period, bar none, for aircraft builders is the FAQ book. This thing is huge. I picked this up at Mosquito Con in New Jersey from Matt Bowles over at hobbyworld.usa or -USA. And this is another one of those. This just gets into all sorts of techniques. Chipping, chips, camouflage, you know, oh geez, Louise, geez, oh Pete, they say. You just check it out. There is just a ton. Exterior details, painting guide techniques, camouflage painting and weathering, just a ton. And I'll throw some links up to where you can find some of these books down in the description, but check them out. I mean, there's some really good stuff. Now, what's on my bench? What have I been up to? What am I doing? Well, what have I been up to? I've actually been, like I said, the podcast and going to shows. It's show season. Been doing that in my spare time. I love going to the contest, more so to hit the vendor room and see what everybody's putting on the tables. I really do get inspired by seeing the work of other folks, and I pick up some tips here and there, and I learn something, everyone that I go to. So Nationals in Las Vegas was off the hook. Had a blast. Did well. A lot better than I expected to, being it's the first Nationals that I've entered. But it was really a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to Omaha next year. So on the table, like I said, I finished the F4. I did do a Martyr, not a Martyr one. What am I thinking about? The Sauber C9 Mercedes by Tamiya. That one also entered in Nationals in Las Vegas. Did well with that one as well. A great kit. Here's a couple pictures of it. If It is a rebox of an older kit, but if you get a chance to pick it up and build it, it really, really is a great kit, even for its age, and I'm looking forward to building another one, to be honest. Currently, I have the A4, like I said, on the bench. This one here is getting close to the final stages. I've got a couple of touch-ups that I have to do. As you can see, I got some tape and some areas here that I need to go back, and I need to touch some things up, and a little detail work to do, and then I can start working on some weathering. But this has been a lot of fun. Of course, this is not for our group build over on the Facebook page. It's one I'd already started. I've got plans for another one, and really looking forward to kicking that one off. So, not sure which version I'm going to do yet, or if I'm going to do a 48 scale or a 1/32 scale, but I am certainly looking forward to the next scooter. And I want to tell you, man, these little Hasegawa kits are off the hook. They fit so well. There's absolutely no issues with them at all. Just a joy. Now switch gears. I'm a glutton for punishment. So what I do, I picked out the old, and here's a snapshot, the KittyHawk UH1Y Venom, and I can't say I'm completely disappointed so far. Actually, I'm kind of having fun with this. I tend to think that the old KittyHawk helicopters are old. I say old because now they're gone, but the KittyHawk helicopters tend to be a little bit better than some of their fixed wing subjects in any case. But as you can see, I've got the fuselage on this thing taped up. Well, taped up. I've got it mocked up. I've done a lot of actual interior work. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can get in there. But you can see I've got some of the duct work done inside under the footwells. I use the Quinta Studio cockpit instrumentation, which is, you know what, some say it's cheating. I say it's sanity. So I've used that. I've got, you can't really see real well in there. I'll take this apart. Oh, let me get this taken apart and I'll come back and show you. So here's the ductwork in the back. That was all done with lead wire and orange paint, and just kind of spooled it around. I got to do a little bit of touch up to get it where I want it. I did take the nose of this and I boxed in the top side because it was just open, and I'm going to scratch build some of the boxes that run the turret up front. And that brings me to some wiring or cabling that I've been tinkering with, trying to make. This would be your cannon plugs and wires that will run all within the footwells inside here, and show that detail inside. So I'm working on that. Let me go a little bit further here on my test fit. So moving into the crew compartment, I don't know if that's getting any better, a little bit easier to see. It is all black in there. But what I did is I simulated So this is how the seats sit inside the forward seats. Again, the Quinta belts here are really nice. You can pretty much pose them however you want. The instrumentation is just, I love this stuff. It's just really good. And I love that they do the blacked out instrumentation, because that's one of my pet peeves. As long as there's no power on the airplane, there is nothing on these displays. So they did all the displays blacked out, and I'm really digging that. The back bulkhead here is textured, as well as the roof or the overhead and the back bulkhead, and that was all done with embossed tin foil to simulate the soundproofing. And hard to pick up on camera, but to the naked eye, especially locked up, it's fairly convincing. You know, once I get my wiring and stuff routed on the roof up here or the overhead, it's really gonna look the part. So that's going on. The engine bay itself, you can see here, I've been doing some tin foiling and some wiring on the motor. This will be completely plumbed. Here's a picture of what it will look like when it's done. So that's going to be completely all plumbed in and done up in the metal the way it's supposed to be. So we'll have one door open on that end. Working on some of the the wiring, so on and so forth here. This is the hoses that'll go in there. One of the things I found online, and I picked this tip up from a person that I really look up to. Her name is Jen Wright. She's over in the UK. She has Genesis Designs YouTube channel. I'll link to that as well. I'll put a card up here for you guys to click on and go check out her videos. But she has been using tin foil quite a bit, and she did a video, again, linked right here, showing how you can use eggshells boiled with tin foil to give you that patinaed or heated stress look. So if you look down here, you'll see, this is a regular piece of tin foil, and I did this forward bulkhead in that. Let me get this in focus for you, sorry, but the forward bulkhead is done in just regular tin foil, and it was just a little too shiny. Well, look at the back. I've got that patina or heat going on back there, heat markings. So you can see the difference. This is tin foil before and after boiling it with the eggshells, and it just gives it that heat stressed look. And so that's a little tip that I picked up from Jen over at Genesis Designs. Again, check out her channel when you get a chance. She does some really good work. But in any case, I'm in the process, like I said, of plumbing this motor compartment up. This will be the port side motor. It'll be completely open. It'll be completely plumbed and wired, and showing off some of those tinfoiling skills. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about this, if that's something that interests you, let me know in the comments below, and I'll certainly put a little something together to show you how I'm doing that. Not a problem. I'm always looking for ideas for content, so let me know what you think. So that's just a real quick from the bench, things that I'm working on, some of the new things that I've picked up. I want to finish the A4, get that out of the way. I'm going to continue to press on with the UH-1Y here. It's a pretty cool kit. I don't normally do helicopters, so I'm stepping out of my comfort zone just a little bit. If you want to see more about that, give it a thumbs up. The more thumbs ups I get, the more content I'll do on the UH-1Y. And leave a comment. What part of the build do you want to see? And I'll do my best to throw that in there for you. So until the next time, check out the new podcast, Model Geeks Podcast. Again, links down in the description. And hey man, let's all be good to each other. Go out there and build something. Or the new saying, and what we like to say is, get on out there and sniff you some glue and sling you some paint. Till next time, D-Ran out. Talk to you later.